So what's up everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. In this video we're gonna do it a little bit different. Usually you see me building a tank or going to a store and do a review, but I'm gonna give this unit behind me a little bit of an upgrade. I've been running CO2 on a few of these tanks and all the clutter, and you cannot see it right now, is on the lower shelving unit. And there are already 4 filters that are running for the 4 tanks that we have here. The 2 top tanks are not getting CO2 or filtration, or sometimes buying the USB pump, but that's totally fine. We're gonna keep it that way, but we're gonna keep the filters as well for the 4 tanks. They are quite decent right now. You can see with the new Chihiro's hose, it's perfectly fine, but I wanna give the CO2 a little bit of an upgrade. And before this I was using bio CO2. So you know these bottles, you can see it behind here. I have one of the Chihiro's Nano. And even though they're tiny and leave not of a big footprint, it's quite a mess. When I'm cleaning, I bump them over. They're all downstairs on the lower shelving unit. I'm not quite happy seeing all those canisters. So what I want to do is, on that 8845P, I want to get one big canister. And on that canister, I want to have a CO2 regulator with manifold in blocks. So I can separate each tank with a new block. And luckily, when I started this hobby, I was in contact with CO2 Art. And CO2 Art has been providing me with all these nice diffusers and also with regulators and every single attachment or option that you have. I've been really happy with those regulators, and they brought a new one to the market. And I'm going to show you, because it's quite a promo, the new Pro Elite series version 2 with manifold in blocks. So again, this video is sponsored. All the goodies that you see have not been paid for. I got them from CO2 Art. And we're gonna test this bad boy. I'm gonna get a new bottle. I think it's 2.5 grams or 2,500. So it's quite a big bottle. We're gonna use this regulator with the manifold blocks. Sorry for my English. And we're gonna use 4 of those. So there's one already on it. We're gonna do 4 extra, not throw with them, that's not a good thing. And we have something cool as well. We got the black CO2 lines, and the reason why I picked black is cabinet's already black as well, and when I'm gonna line them up, they will look a little bit more decent than the transparent ones. Or that's the idea behind it. Maybe in the end you just see them a little bit more. And also we're gonna standardize the CO2 diffusers as well. I am using the Nano ones from Chihiro's. They're quite small, and I'm gonna get a few extra so I can have one in each of the tanks. I think that's about it about the unboxing. So we got the regulator, manifolding blocks, the lines, and some return valves, and I think it's just time to just start the build. So this is the box for the new Pro Elite series version 2 CO2 regulator. And it looks already pretty decent. Looks a little bit like the old one, but that is logic and makes sense. And there's on the back is a little bit one-on-one what is what. Obviously the bubble counters. We're gonna use a few solenoids. Like I said, we're gonna use 4. This is the high pressure that will tell you how much gas or CO2 is in the bottle, and it will be converted to lower pressure, and that's the pressure you're gonna work with in the end with your diffuser. We're gonna use the plastic one, so we're not gonna throw on too much, and I will show you a little bit later on what is what or what I'm gonna use, because we don't want to blow up those little plastic diffusers. And as I see, I'm a little bit zoomed in, so I have to see how I'm gonna open this box. Oh yeah, now I see. Obviously the power adapter, which we're gonna use to put it on the bottle. And then the fancy new regulator. Yes, looks really good. I like the gogs as well. Yeah, it's time to put it all together and put it on the bottle. So we're gonna put it on a 1.5 gram bottle. And actually it's pretty straightforward. Obviously, let the bottle be closed before you put it on. And then you can twitch or pull on the bolt, see if it's stable, see if it's aligned, and then put the bolt on a few more times and you're good to go. And obviously before you put everything on, check if it leaks, you can hear it. And then it's time to fill the bubble counters. Usually you can use water, but the thing is, in my room it's quite hot. So what happens, it will evaporate really quick. And then I have to do all kinds of magic tricks to fill it up again with water. So a good tip, pro tip, is I got this from the normal store where we get stuff here, like a pharmacy. We have glycerine, and glycerine is a little bit thicker and it won't evaporate that quick. So that's a little pro tip. So we're already gonna put 4 manifolding blocks on it. And what we have to do is, this is actually the end point, and you will guys see it in a bit. So you have an Allen key with it. And we're gonna loosen 2 screws. Oh, and then the O-ring falls out. There's an O-ring here. And this is the end one. As you can see, it has a different ending as this one, because this one will go on the other one, as you can see. And this is an extra one. So we're gonna put 3 on those and this one on the end. As you can see, the work pressure is already on, and the pressure on the bottle is good as well. You can see it's a new bottle, it's completely filled, which is good. Now we're going to use the glycerin. Now I'm going to use a syringe. Put a little bit in the syringe and fill it up on the amount how I want it. You can also have the glycerin in funky colors. They also use it in computers as well sometimes with the water pressurizers. You can use that liquid as well, and they have like bright yellow and green, which is pretty cool to use actually. But we're not gonna see this bottle actually, not much, because it's behind a cabinet. So I don't see the use actually to fill it up with fancy colors. I'm gonna use a little bit more because I want to see the bubbles coming up. I think this is enough, like this. Now we're gonna put the caps on. I'm gonna pull some wires as well. So that's the second step. So the plan is a little bit easier. We're gonna use the CO2 diffusers from Gyros, the tiny ones. And then we have from Aquario a little bend. And I can just heat them, bend them in the shape I want. And then I'm gonna put a little transparent CO2 line here. Put the return valve, we're gonna change this one to the one from CO2 Art. And then we're gonna continue with the black line all the way down towards the bottle. So it's pretty handy because I already made this one for my old CO2 setup. But I still will show you guys how I made it. These are the return valves. They're pretty good because it says which one is the free flow with an arrow. So we're gonna put it upside down because we want the CO2 to go towards the tank, obviously. And then you have those little things, and you probably have seen them before. You can push them in, and if you push them in and pull the CO2 line back, you can release them pretty easy. And with the other ones, you either have to heat them, which is quite hard because they're on the line, or you will just destroy them. And these you can use more than once, which is quite good. And you can see it, I press it on, little click, or you feel a little click, and then it's ready. So we're gonna do it like this, and then the CO2 line will run down here, but we're gonna use the black line, which is really cool. So what I do is with this IKEA cabinet, it's completely like a black metal. I have these tiny tie ribs. They're not long enough to go all the way around, Or am I wrong this time? No, as you can see, they're not all long enough. So we're gonna use 2 of those. And we're gonna put them together like this, then cut up one side, and then we can hold up the CO2 line behind the middle pillar of the shelving unit, and then it will be almost completely out of sight, and we can cut off the leftovers. So I already told you guys we're going to use this diffuser. It's this one, and I actually ordered 3 extra ones, but they delivered me 2 of those, and if I can find them, they sent me one of the, well, what is it? An S-type. So this is the tiny one, this is the S-type, but it just looks different and my OCD cannot handle it. We have 4 of the same tanks. I want 4 of the same diffusers as well, so we're not going to use that one, we're going to send it back. I mean, I want to have what I ordered. And this is the flexible tube that we're going to use, that you can see here, like the U-shaped band. And I have to see where's the opening. It's here. I've already used one. I think, which one did I use? I have to check which one is the longest actually. And I think it's this one with the rope already out. And what you do is you heat it, and there's all like a little thing to keep the tube complete, or let's say that there's air in it, and when you bend it, you can pull the rod out and it will just be usable. Otherwise, if you bend it without the little rod inside, the pipe will just melt and close down and you cannot use it. So let's see if I can make a little example, and I have to check the length of this one. So we're gonna burn it around here. This one is actually a little bit long, but we can make it shorter. And I'm gonna use a see, it goes quite easy. And it's like this. Obviously you have to cool it down a little bit. And you're done. Now we're gonna do a little bit MacGyver style. So we're gonna heat the tube. I got some boiling water in the glass. So we're gonna heat it up. Actually, I want to put it on the band first. I think it's warm enough. And then hopefully you guys can see it. You can just shove it on the U-bend like this. And if you want because the tubing is always a little bit rolled up in a bunch, you can always heat this and it will be more flexible, so you can make it more to your willing. Now we have our diffuser with a U-bend. all the CO2 lines are connected. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will change the camera a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that one will not be connected yet because we don't have the correct CO2 diffuser. So let me put the tripod back and we're gonna do a power check. I'm gonna put a timer in between. I think the only downside would be is if the CO2 was needed to be on a different time schedule, because if I put a timer on here, it's for all 4. So that's the only downside. Those ones are already on. So before we completely gas the bottle, I'm gonna put those on off, but didn't expect them to be on. I didn't check, to be honest. So they're all open. Gonna close them first. Only the last one was closed. And we know it works because there's CO2 in the tanks now. But we don't want to gas the shrimps. So the timer's on. You can hear the click. Or I hope you guys can hear the click. We're gonna turn up the PSI a little bit more, or the bar, depending on which country you are, because otherwise the manifolding blocks won't get too much CO2 and it won't work. So you need to put on the pressure a little bit higher than if you're using only like one diffuser. And again, check which diffuser you use, like a metal one or a reactor or a plastic one. Plastic ones are always lower, otherwise you just blow them up. And it takes time to adjust. With these tanks, I think it's like 1 drop for every 3 seconds would be alright. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I think I'm gonna leave it right now, leave it on, check if it will change, because over time it could go a little bit faster and I can just reduce it. So this is good. Like I said, we have to do some cable management, and I left the cables a little bit longer because if I want to change the bottle I have to pull it upwards because I cannot reach behind the cabinet otherwise. So everything looks really good. I'm really happy with the regulator, and I'm gonna show you some after shots as well, how the tanks are looking. And obviously with CO2 everything goes a lot better and grows a little bit better. So yeah, looking forward to it. And like always, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I want to thank CO2 Art for the beautiful gear. Everything looks now nice and tidy. If you have any questions about the DIY setup, just shoot me a message in the comments and I will just reply the soonest. So again, thanks for watching, and hopefully I see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.